Good morning, children. How are you all? Hope you are doing well. All right. You already know about prepositions and, of course, should have studied it in earlier classes. Now, let's see some main points about prepositions. A preposition is a word that is placed before a noun or a pronoun that shows its relation to another word in a sentence. A preposition expresses a relationship. Usually, the preposition is placed before the object. Sometimes, a preposition may have two or more objects. There are different types of prepositions. They are simple prepositions, compound prepositions, phrase prepositions, and complex prepositions. Today, I am going to teach you simple and complex prepositions which are present in your book bag of the lesson The Master Artist. There are two kinds of prepositions, simple prepositions and complex prepositions. A simple preposition is made up of only one word. For example, I have a small fish bowl at home. At, by, in, out, from, of, on, to, with, since are some of the most commonly used simple prepositions. A complex preposition is made up of more than one word. For example, we should take this road that goes away from the lake. Here, away from is an example of complex preposition. Along with, at the top of, close to, due to, in front of, together with, because of, on behalf of are commonly used complex prepositions. Today we are going to see a lesson, The Master Artist, which is written by Carol Moore. Here we have two characters alone. Monsieur Abbé, who is the master artist, and Bertolli, a rich Italian patron. First, let's see the story. Monsieur L'Abbé was the master artist who was going to retire in the month of May 1392. Bertolli was the rich Italian patron and asked Abbé to paint his portrait. First he refused. Later on, he changed his mind and accepted to paint the portrait. So Abbé and Bertolli signed the contract. Abbé needed total privacy for his artist techniques because he would like to paint the portrait by his own way. He even asked Bertolli to stay away from his portrait and threw a high curtain in front of the wall. He used the best materials for painting. After 6 months, Bertolli saw his portrait. He did not like his portrait because Abbé had painted the modern form of Cubism art, which was developed by Pablo Picasso. It was modern art with geometric plane and shapes. But he did not like his portrait, and so he shouted with frustration. Okay, children, today I am not going to explain the lesson line by line, instead through the form of comprehension, and you are going to find out prepositions, pronouns, proper nouns, conjunction, opposites, meanings, and some answers for some question from these three paragraphs. Now turn to page number 9. I am going to read, come along with me. Para number 1. Monsieur Signolobe had been a master artist of his day and in 1392 was ready to retire when, in the month of May, Giuliano Bertolli, a rich Italian patron, sent for him. On his arrival, Bertolli said, I had like a portrait of myself on the wall of my dining hall, where everyone can see it. Could you paint it? The wall is 20 feet tall. Look at the first para. What are the proper nouns present here? Yes, good. Abe, me, Giuliano Batroli, Italian are the proper nouns present here. Find out the pronouns from this para. Yes, his, him and myself. Do you find any words which have different meanings? Yes. Monsieur and patron. The word monsieur means Mr. in French. And patron means a person who supports artists and writers. What are the prepositions found here? Yes, on, to and for. Can you find any adjectives? Master, rich, were, everyone, 20 and Italian. Can you classify the adjectives? Yes, master and rich come under adjectives of quality. Where comes under interrogative adjectives. Everyone comes under distributive adjectives. 20 comes under numeral adjectives. And at last, Italian comes under proper adjectives. Do you know the meaning of the word portrait? Yes, good job. Portrait means painting or diagram of a person. Okay, children, now moving on to second para. Monsieur l'Abbé looked thoughtful for a moment and then shook his head. I am sorry, but I don't think so. I am ready to retire, so I am not available for hire. However, seeing the disappointment in Signor Bertolli's eyes, he continued, well, there is a possibility if you think you can allow me to use my abilities to the fullest. If you let me find out how far I can go as an artist, not for money, mind you, but for food and a bed instead. You need not even pose, because my memory is excellent. Already I can see your portrait in my mind, but I insist, Signor Batroli, that while I work, your portrait must remain hidden even from you. Okay, what are the verbs present here? Yes, awesome. Looked, shook, think, retire, hire, see, continued, allow, use, let, find, go, need, pose, insist, work, and hidden. Find out the conjunction from this passage. Yes, right answers. And, but, so, instead, and while. What are the nouns here? Yes, good. Abe and Batroli again. Artist, money, food, bed, memory, mind, and portrait. Find out the meaning for Signor. Yes, it is Mr. but in Italian. Okay, children. Now moving on to third para. How strange, thought the patron, but he also thought about how highly the artist had been recommended. Of course, he said, anything you wish, but I insist at least upon paying you something for your effort. Let's draw up a contract. Okay, what is the antonym of strange? Yes, good, usual. Is draw up a phrasal verb? Yes, good. Of course it is. Okay, now I am going to give a word and you need to form a sentence using it. So there is your word, contract. Form it fast. Okay, now let me tell you my example. He just signed the contract addressing himself as the member of the club. Okay children, now let's see some question answers related to these paragraphs. Who was Abe? Abe was a master artist. Who was Batroli? Batroli was a rich Italian patron. Next question. What were the restrictions given by Abe to Batroli? The restrictions were he did not want money but food and bed instead. Did not want Batroli to pose as he had very good memory and wanted his portrait to be hidden even from Batroli. Batroli could not see his portrait until when it is completed. Next question. Did Batroli accept his restrictions? Yes, Batroli accepted his restrictions. Okay children, now let's recap. Tell me, what did you learn today? Yes, good. Today we learnt about prepositions, finding of meanings, opposites, pronouns, proper nouns, adjectives and make sentence. Now you are going to read and find meanings, opposites, pronouns, adjective, adverbs and make sentence for these words glint, reveal and agreement from the para 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the page 9 for homework. Okay children, do your homework regularly. Thank you.